from a very mashinani school in a place called Endarasha. They came, they won the tournament, and believe you me, that was the first trophy ever since their school began. And if it were not for the contribution of Quo Vadis Chess Club, possibly that wouldn't have been the case. So we are really proud that we have created this impact in those students, and we can already start seeing a tangible fruits of the efforts that we have been putting.
Quo Vadis Nyeri Chess Open Grand Prix event, 5th to 7th of June.
We are going to make you feel you are at home. Come. We are waiting for you, and we are prepared.
Where are you going? That is the English translation for the Latin word Quo Vadis. A very warm welcome to Chesscope, where we redefine how chess is taught, experienced, and understood. Now, today our scope is focused on Quo Vadis Chess Club, which is a vibrant hub for chess in Nyeri County and the larger Mount Kenya region. And to understand more about this space, I'm joined by Sylvia Gitari, a national arbiter and a director at Quo Vadis Youth Hub, as well as Reverend Father Bernard Watoro, who is the director of the Quo Vadis Youth Hub. A very warm welcome to you, and thank you so much for making the time.
Thank you.
Right, Father, I will start off with you. Congratulations on celebrating your 10 years anniversary in priesthood. Let me just give a short clip. Do you remember this?
Wow. Where did you fish this one out of?
A good journalist does his research. How was the experience, to start us off?
Definitely, I must say, I have seen God journeying with me in my priesthood, and also as the youth chaplain, because I am also celebrating 10 years as also a youth chaplain.
Right.
And I must say, I thank God. No dull moment in life. No dull moment.
Yes, I'm glad I caught you a bit off guard, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But first, I'd like us to talk about the chess space in Nyeri County. And I'll start with Sylvia Gitari. When I first heard of the word Quo Vadis, I was like, eh? And then it got me into a space of Googling what exactly is this. It sounded organized, and that was when I was first encountering your club, I think in 2024. This was in the lead up to a certain tournament, which we'll talk about. Sylvia, first of all, happy Women's Day in advance.
Thank you.
Karibu. I'd like you to take us through Quo Vadis. It is the hub of chess in Nyeri County. Tell us a bit of what it is about. And then we shift to Father Bernard to talk about the Quo Vadis Youth Hub and how the church is playing a very pivotal role in supporting and nurturing the youth.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity, Eugene. So yes, Quo Vadis Chess Club is a very vibrant chess club in Nyeri, and it's under the Quo Vadis Youth Hub, which is under the Catholic Archdiocese of Nyeri, which further we'll talk about. So Quo Vadis Chess Club began in 2022. Specifically, 11th of February 2022. We started this club with an aim of just like reaching the young chess players within our county and organizing tournaments. So basically, those were our two purposes. Giving training to students or individuals who are interested in learning chess, especially those from the underprivileged communities and institutions. And number two, offering tournament platforms where young people can come and practice and also sharpen their chess skills. So we've been able to do so much, including simul exhibitions, open tournaments. We have the junior championship, and we also have internal chess tournaments where we go to a particular school and we organize a tournament within that school. Normally, we usually meet every Friday from 2 p.m. That's what keeps the fire burning. We also have weekly online tournaments through Lichess, Tuesday evening from around 8:30. And we are privileged to have a club patron who is Mr. Robinson Kihumba. He works with EABL and he has been of great support to our chess club since the initiation of the club. That's what I can say about Quo Vadis as of now.
All right. Father, I'd like to bring you in now. Quo Vadis Chess Club is under the anchorage of Quo Vadis Youth Hub, which is where your directorship is. Paint for us a broader picture of Quo Vadis Youth Hub, which I did some research online. It is where dreams take flight, where leaders are born, and where, most importantly, communities thrive. I'd like you to kindly paint for us a picture of Quo Vadis Youth Hub, what it entails, and your role as the director, your youth chaplainship of the Archdiocese of Nyeri as an office in the secretariat that supports the office of the Archbishop.
Thank you very much. I would like to give the background of the Quo Vadis Chess Club, which is one of our program under the Quo Vadis Youth Hub, a center for youth mentorship and formation, giving hope to young people under the Catholic Archdiocese of Nyeri, which is a brainchild of His Grace Archbishop Anthony Muheria, the Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Nyeri. In fact, Quo Vadis is a Latin name, which poses a very rhetorical question to our young people. Where are you going? We aim at helping young people to know where they are going through mentorship program. And the Quo Vadis Youth Hub is located in Nyeri County, opposite Dedan Kimathi University. Our vision is to make young people feel that they have a person whom they can go to, a person who can come up with a program that can be able to uplift them. We are there to see that the dreams of young people come true. How do we do this? We need also to make them to have the intellectual training. How do we do this? We need to come up with things that help in this formation, and one of them is chess. So we came up with the chess. The Archdiocese of Nyeri, through the Archbishop, came up with the Quo Vadis Youth Hub, so that young people can feel that they have a place where they can go, a place where we make programs for them, a place where they can also do reach out, and also a place where we can build networks. Yes.
Right. So as I get it, it is not just a space for the youth to hang out. It is a space to build holistic individuals with a spiritual background, specifically a Catholic spiritual background, but I believe it is open to the general public. Yes. So that it's not just an idle place where niko free na Quo Vadis inakuanga na madem, acha niende ni hang out huko. Right?
When you come here, even if you are idle, we make you start thinking. We make you think.
And speaking of thinking, I encountered a sermon by you very recently. It was last month's homily, whereby you talked about valuable friendships and the power of resilience that as a benefit. Let's take a watch.
Ask God to light Jonathan so that you can be able to every day not usisirotiwe mambo mabaya. People will slot many bad things for you. Even some will pray bad things. Oh, people will say bad things about you, but don't fear. The most important thing, are you united with God? And you know, most of the people get distracted of the souls in their lives. Yani unaona mtu tu anafikiria vile Saulo atakumaliza. But no, God has put you Jonathan in you, so that you get power every day for the mission, because umewekwa hapo kwa sababu ya mission ya Mungu.
That was a hot take, Father.
Of course, I never thought that day homily would go viral. Of course, ni watu wangu walikuwa wana broadcast that. But the message is that our young people are fearing the Goliaths, the Sauls in their life. And I said that God is there to lies Jonathan for them, afraid. Of course, here, afraid at our time is the Quo Vadis, that will be able to tell you, don't go there, don't fear, there is an enemy there, and I am going to assist you so that you can win this battle. That's why I was telling them, we are here for a mission, and our life is not about us. Our life is the story of God. And we need to realize our dream every day by having people who can connect us so that we can realize our dreams. And that's why Quo Vadis is.
Very, very well put. Father, by any chance, do you know how to play chess?
No. Let me say no. I know I don't. But I love chess, but I don't know how to play.
Okay. I was just curious because, fun fact, in 1972, there was a world championship match between Boris Spassky of the Soviet Union and Bobby Fischer of the United States. Now in chess, as we are preparing for such an important and career-defining match, we usually have professionals called seconds. Seconds are like the personal assistants to the grandmasters, who are the challengers or the defending champions. Now get this. The second to the 1972 challenger to the crown, Bobby Fischer, was a priest by the name William Lombardy, a Catholic priest who was initially a chess player. In fact, he was the first American to win the World Junior Chess Championship. Then thereafter, he took chess strongly. That is helping Bobby Fischer with preparation for the World Championship match, eventually becoming the world champion. So I was curious. Please make it a point to learn chess. It is a worthwhile endeavor. How much, Sylvia?
Yeah, indeed it is. So I have attempted to teach him a couple of times, but I think he has so many things to handle. But I will make it my personal agenda this year to ensure that by the end of the year anajua pieces na anajua vile zina move. At least class ya kwanza apate 100%.
Right. And while we are still on Quo Vadis, I'd like to get your perspective on how this has impacted you. I believe you came in as a student. Now you are the project officer, Quo Vadis Chess Club. How has this impacted you? And what is your job description in relation to Quo Vadis? And it's segue to the club itself.
Okay, thank you. So I didn't come in as a student. I was actually among the team that kind of developed Quo Vadis, the foundations of Quo Vadis, back in 2020 all the way to 2021. So actually, I didn't know how to play chess. I came in as a project officer of Quo Vadis, and we were coming up with different programs that we feel the young people could be interested in and programs they could benefit in. And one of the programs that we had was the indoor games. And we tried to brainstorm and we were like, which is one of the most popular indoor games we know? And we were like, chess. Why don't we promote chess? So I have a confession to make. At the beginning, in 2021, I didn't know how to play chess. I have always admired chess and all that, but I didn't know how to play chess. I knew how to play draft. But when I realized that we would need to come up with this program for chess, so I had to now challenge myself. Coincidentally, my younger brother was studying in a school where they were being trained chess, so he's the one who taught me chess late in 2021. So when we came to initiating the club in 2022 February, I was set. I knew chess. I knew the pieces. I knew how they moved. And I had already gained that interest in learning chess. So since then now, I have been improving my skills. I am very good at teaching the basics. I teach the basics. And last year now, I was able to move the next step. I became a national arbiter. I have been organizing these chess tournaments. So it's been quite a fulfilling journey, all the way from not knowing much about chess to now becoming the person who people consult when they want to know about chess, its components, its contents, how to organize tournaments, how to arbitrate tournaments. So it's been really a fulfilling journey for me, and I'm really grateful that I have been able to experience it.
It is very shocking to learn that you learned chess just very recently because, Father, if you can watch Sylvia in action, I've worked with her severally. If you can watch Sylvia in action in these chess tournaments, she owns the stage, if I can put it that way. Are you a born leader or a leader made? Because you've been a chief arbiter in several tournaments. I actually worked with Sylvia very closely in the national championships in Malmo. That was last year. I'm shocked. You look like you know your stuff really, really well. So I think you've done very well for yourself. Congrats on that.
Thank you. Thank you. I was a floor arbiter. It was my first time arbitrating in a national tournament. So I think leadership comes naturally to me. I'm a firstborn. And anyway, it's good. Yeah.
So you are fully involved in Quo Vadis as the project officer. I believe you've taken some education in this area of community development. That is also an area you are quite versatile in.
Yes, my undergraduate degree was on project planning and management. Some of the things that I do here in Quo Vadis, I'm able to apply what I learned in my undergraduate. And I actually completed my master's last year. I graduated with a master's degree, Masters of Arts in Development Studies. So this community thing is something that professionally I am equipped to manage. So besides chess, of course, we have the programs that Father has mentioned, and I'm deeply involved in that. Yeah.
And still on community impact and chess, Quo Vadis Chess Club is involved in CSR activities. I'm talking about the Chess in Schools initiative that you're involved in. I'd like each of you to shed light on that. I think we'll start with the Father. How beyond the Quo Vadis Center as just a niche place, you went ahead to spread it out to the community, especially the surrounding primary schools and I believe high schools. Talk to us about that and the rationale behind this.
As an institution and church at large, we need to take care of our people and probably the underprivileged. We need to lift their lives. So one of the programs that we started in the reach out, amongst the many, is the chess. Now we said because they may not be able to get the materials, even affording to get a chessboard. So we said we want to go out and start these chess clubs in the underprivileged schools, and we have been able to go to them, almost over 30. We have been able to go there, introducing chess, and you see our pupils are excited on this, and this has made a lot of changes, even the academic in the academic performance, even in how they do their things, even how they think. You know, chess really influences our intellectual capacity. So it has really uplifted them, and we hope to do this more. We hope to do this more as one of our community reach out programs that will be able to help our people. This because we are there to improve the lives of our young people and our children. Yeah.
That is such a commendable initiative, and I really resonate with it because while in campus, I used to volunteer as a chess trainer with the Gift of Chess. This is a global non-profit organization that distributes boards to underprivileged members of society because, as you put it, for some, even just affording a board in Kenya is 1,300 shillings, but for some, this is quite an uphill task. So freely distribute boards to children's homes, slum dwellings, and public schools. to just spearhead the development of chess, and there comes the passionate trainers who at no fee offer their services to the children. So that is worthwhile. Sylvia, how are you involved in this space, chess in schools?
So, as the coordinator of the program, I'm able to send trainers. We usually organize trainings for volunteer trainers, people who want to participate in the program. So, Father is the one who reaches out to the schools through the principals, through the teachers, and then now once a school expresses interest, now I'm able to assign trainers to those particular schools. Actually, most of the schools, we train them free of charge. We use a lot of money in the traveling expenses, but we just send the trainer and then we're able to benefit by empowering that particular student in knowing chess and also applying the skills that they learn from chess. Since 2022, we have been able to train about 10 primary schools and junior schools plus 20 secondary schools. But of course, we have had engagements with more than that. Father has said we have more than 30 schools that we usually reach out. They come to our tournaments and we're able to also engage them. We have a school for the deaf, it's called Mukurene. We also train them chess. And we're also able to create that volunteership spirit in the students, especially here of Kimathi University. I'm happy to hear that you are a volunteer a trainer when you are in school. So we're also able to provide the same opportunity for the trainers here at Kimathi University. So this training in schools, it's been really a game changer for us because we were able to attract the attention of the gift of chess. You have mentioned the gift of chess, and in 2024, we were able to collaborate with the gift of chess in our second simultaneous tournament, where they gave us about 170 chess boards and we were able to distribute them to the underprivileged schools in our community. They were very happy about it and we were able to kind of bring out that chess spirit within in our schools. We have already started seeing the fruits of our efforts because in last year's tournaments, we were able to see students from day schools, day secondary schools, coming and winning tournaments here at Quo Vadis Youth Hub. Right from our first tournament, the Simul of last year, we had a student from a mixed day school winning the tournament. Then later came the Open tournament. Then came the Junior Championship, where the people who won the trophy is actually a school from a very Mashinani school in a place called Endarasha. They came, they won the tournament, and believe you me, that was the first trophy ever since their school began. And if it were not for the contribution of Quo Vadis Chess Club, possibly that wouldn't have been the case. So we are really proud that we have created this impact in those students, and we can already start seeing a tangible fruits of the efforts that we have been putting. So, of course, being a kind of a philanthropic venture where we're not getting much money from it, sometimes we do strain, and that's where now the collaborators come in. We have our patron, we have New 40s, SACO coming in, and then now we also incorporate some schools that are able to pay those that actually charge their students for these classes, the academies within Nyeri. So kind of the income that we get from those schools is able to help us assist the schools that are not able to pay for our services. Yes.
Man, that is such commendable work, because having been in the volunteering space, even just from the scope of trainer, I can only imagine what it takes to run such a program. And fathers, I bring you in. The Catholic Church has played a pivotal role in socioeconomic development, especially in the education sector in Kenya and the world over, the East African region as well. How does this work, the Catholic Church, beyond faith, community development and improve their living standards?
I would talk as the youth chaplain. We have a role to see the growth of our people. And it is our responsibility as the youth chaplain to mentor, to journey, and also to spearhead the growth of our people. And of course, this is seen through education. And we need to encourage our people so that they don't get distractions. What is this that is helping them to get focused? on what they want. If it's a young person, how do I prepare him so that he can be able to achieve his dream? You know, there are a lot of distractors, But what is this that we can bring on board so that we can sharpen his mind, his intellectual, so that he can be able to achieve. That's why I would connect this with what we are doing, that we have the social responsibility of giving a platform to our people so that we can be able to make them rise and achieve their dreams and be able also to live well.
Rise and become, that is very well put. Now, let's shift our gears back to tournaments. Quo Vadis Chess Club is the hub of tournaments in Nyeri and the larger Mount Kenya region. My first time in Nyeri was in 2022, I think, in the National League. It was my first time ever in Nyeri. It was the first time seeing Mount Kenya like this. And I played for Lighthouse Chess Club. I think that was when I first, if I'm not wrong, it's the first time I met Sylvia. And Quo Vadis has organized quite a number of tournaments, very, very notable, and hats off to you. Very well organized tournaments, pretty good prize fund, starting time on time, ending time on point. This has earned you a very good reputation in the Chess Kenya circles. First off, the tournament that got you to my limelight as an individual was the 2025 Quo Vadis Open, which was a Grand Prix. And this was not ordinary tournament, because this was the tournament which Jadon Simiyu, who is currently Kenya 1. By Kenya 1, I mean the reigning national champion. For the viewers who may not really understand this, the reigning national champion is not just a champion by virtue of that name. In Kenya since 2019, the top prize of the national championship has been a new vehicle. Started with a Mazda Demio, then it transitioned to a Nissan Note. And this is not any ordinary player. A 13-year-old winning a car. Imagine getting your first car at the age of 13. Now, it didn't start as last year. It started with Quo Vadis Chess Club, the 2025 Quo Vadis Open Grand Prix. Jadon Simiyu won this event with 7.5 points out of the possible 8. And this is historical because I'm referring to an article by Kenya Chess Masala. The author is Kimbari. He says the last time this happened was over 4 decades, when a 14-year-old Richard Polak-Zek, is currently residing in Belgium, won the 1979 Kenya Open. Sylvia, how do you take this, and how was it organizing that event?
Well, it was it was a lot, because I saw the proposal of hosting the Grand Prix back in 2024. We discussed with father, and we were like, you know what, let's just apply. Probably we'll get that opportunity, and we got it. And since the end of 2024, all the way to when we neared the tournament, when we got to the tournament, all we could think about here as Quo Vadis is the Grand Prix, the Grand Prix, the Grand Prix. We had been organizing one-day events, but then now we were looking at an event that is going to take 3 days. This is an event where we are going to give out big prize money. This is an event where we are going to need very competent arbiters. This is an event where we might need extra boards, as many as possible. So it was really, first of all, it was quite an honor, actually, getting the opportunity to host this Grand Prix event that we can contribute to the National Chess Championship. That was quite an honor. It was exhausting because it was a lot of work. Even just thinking about it, we had this big proposal we were giving institutions, banks, supermarkets, everyone in Nyeri. We had to make them know that we have this tournament that is coming up and we would like your assistance. So it was quite overwhelming, but it was so fulfilling. It was so satisfying to finally just see how it was coming up. I was especially humbled when I saw these really good players of Kenya just signing up to our event. It was so humbling. It was so exciting. And we even incorporated the Archbishop in the planning. He also chipped in some money. Chess Kenya was very supportive. They also supported us financially and even in terms of consultations. The arbiter was FA Caroline Jenga, and it went so well. So after all that, we were so excited, and Jadon won, and we gave him the prize money. Everybody received their money. We even got time to organize a blitz tournament within that time. It was so good, and it is something that has really boosted our confidence in our chess club as a program. So we are really excited about it, and we hope to continue even building it even more as time goes.
Speaking of tournaments and ending well, prize fund has always been a point of contention because some organizers organize events with the hindsight of, I'm expecting to get this prize fund extracted from the registration fees. Seeing that there was the prize fund of over 150,000 shillings, and the winner of the event, whom we're talking about, Jadon Simiu, went home with 40,000 Kenya shillings. That's approximately $300. And to top it off, the Chess Kenya Federation President, Bernard Wanjala, topped his winnings with a personal top-up of 40,000 shillings in recognition of his efforts. That is quite commendable. What role did the church play in funding the event? Because I'm imagining 150,000 shillings, setting all those proposals. Did you have like a backup plan in case these ones didn't bear fruit? Because one requirement of registering a Grand Prix event is that the prize fund, the venue, and the date must be a surety. Otherwise, do not be very good for the organizers.
Yeah, I think that one Father can respond. He knows how we suffered for us to get that money.
Okay,
definitely being our first time, we wanted to prove to Kenya that we are able to, and we started planning early. You know, when you have a vision in your head, now you look on the charities, and then you are able to see what is my way forward. So we approached the Archbishop, who is the patron of the Quo Vadis Youth Hub, and he gave us about 100,000. Then we were able to whatever we had saved, about 30,000. Then we went to our friends, the institution. We have new 40s. They came in, and then we were able to first to get the prizes. Then other things followed, the food for the arbiters, and then everything went on very well, and we thank God. It was an eye opener, and in fact, mwaka huu tumeigojea. We are waiting for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is.
Chess Kenya also chipped in something. We made a humble appeal through the president, and they were also able to give us some 50,000 that we added to what we had indicated.
That's wonderful. Sylvia, allow me to pick your mind on this. There's been a sort of quiet conversation in the chess circles that, and it's not a political angle, but in the space of sponsorship, and I understand with clarity that organizing a chess tournament is not a walk in the park. Actually, people assume organizers have money. They just have money sitting in boxes waiting to dish out to prizes. But as I talked to Gidinji Hinga, the founder and CEO of Mini Chess Kenya, and Coach Tom Amwai, who runs the Marvens Open Tournaments, organizing a tournament is hell. So there's been a quiet conversation on the trajectory should shift from looking at sponsors as the source, the big source of prize fund and other logistical monies, and instead build a kitty so that this ensures self-funding. For example, clubs self-fund themselves, contribute, register more members, support yourselves. Sponsorship will only be a bonus. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think that shift is significant and it's very timely. In my academic background, we talk a lot in project management and development studies. There's something that really sticks out: sustainability. So, depending on sponsors, for all your tournaments, I think that can be quite unsustainable because we have this donor exhaustion. Sometimes a donor actually wants to contribute, but they don't have the capacity at that particular moment. So you end up presenting the donor. And it also makes us a bit lax. Maybe we become complacent and we're not able to also push ourselves harder. So I think we should develop a kitty. I think what we should do is try to minimize the expenses, proper budget with everything that is going to cost you money for the tournament, and then now kind of divide that money. This is a tip that was taught to me by NA Joseph Kafiro, who was actually my first mentors when it came to chess issues. So we have the budget, we distribute it, we try and see what are we targeting. So now for us, what we usually do, we have schools who trust us so much. So we have tried to create that rapport even through other programs. So when we approach them for a chess program, they willingly support us by giving us students who will participate in the tournament. So when the students come, we try our best to follow our budget. We don't exceed the budget so that we're able to cater for all the costs and maybe even save some money to organize the next tournament. And this has really helped us in organizing our chess tournaments.
And speaking of organizing tournaments, sometimes one doesn't lose an arm or a leg by just promoting events. Now, this space is dedicated to promoting such upcoming events. And speaking of that, Quo Vadis Chess Club is organizing an upcoming series of events, chess simultaneous exhibitions. First, before we talk about the upcoming one, I think I've witnessed one or two previously. How did you settle on this as a niche in addition to the Grand Prix event? Why simultaneous exhibitions, Sylvia?
Okay, so when we started the chess club and we were talking about tournaments, so I kind of I did research different tournaments, and I found that simultaneous exhibition, of course, there isn't much talk about it here in Kenya, but I was like, this is something that we would like to introduce because we have some really good chess players in our community, and we need to challenge them even more so that they can become better. So our very first simul was in 2023. That was our first simul, and we only had 12 participants vis-a-vis one challenger. Then in 2024 we upgraded. Now that's when we had the gift of chess coming in. So we had one challenger, Bado, a chess champion from Nyeri. He's called Matthew Kiama. He won the Nyeri Open some years ago. So Matthew Kiama and about 50 something participants. So that one was quite exhausting. We took a long time doing the tournament and also finishing it. And the gift of chess were there. People were exhausted. And that's when we usually cut our cake, by the way. So when you're Nakuja Simul, we will have a cake. Then we saw that that took too much time. So the next year, which is 2025, we divided to split the participants into two, and we also put time control. We put a time control for the simul so that now we can take the time, we can be able to control the time that will be taken in the simul. So last year we had Matthew Kiama again, and we also had Ricky Sang. Ricky Sang graced our simul as a challenger. So this year we are going to also host our simul, which is going to be our fourth edition in 7th March 2026. And in this particular simul, we are going to be having FM Jadon Simiu as one of the challengers, as well as Lewis Mikuli, who is one of our chess trainers here in Quo Vadis. He's going to be also one of the challengers. So we are looking forward to an engaging tournament. And last year we also added something. So besides coming in to play the simultaneous exhibition, we added a component of the chess workshop. We realized that many students are still struggling with the basics of chess. So we decided to have that common training pool. So we divide all the students who will be coming: beginners, Harper, intermediate, Harper, then we have the advanced here, then we have our chess trainers come to them and also maybe organize that training with them. And it's really fulfilling, and we're able to achieve so much within that day. And of course, there's cake. So there's the icing on the cake, which is the actual cake. And yeah, so we are really excited about that because this is going to be our 4th edition, and it's also going to be like our 5th anniversary as a chess club. Yes.
Aha, wonderful. You have it there. This is not an event you want to miss. 2026, 7th March, the poster is already out, and registration this is quite affordable, if I can, yes, quite affordable. For students, 300 shillings, non-students, 500 bob. Students awards, if you win, that is 600 shillings. If you draw, 300 bob. And non-students, if you are not a student, 1,000 bob if you win, and 500 shillings if you draw. This is the main challenger. Lewis Mikuli, I have observed his work because Quo Vadis Chess Club usually organizes regularly training sessions at night, and Lewis Mikuli has been quite instrumental in nurturing the growth of and quality of chess players within Quo Vadis Chess Club. So let's make it a point to register for this event. Trust me, you won't regret. Organization, top tier, prizes, yes, on point, registration, quite affordable. And as we wind up, Sylvia and Father, let's wrap this up with the grand event of the year. I'm talking about Quo Vadis Nyeri Chess Open Grand Prix event, 5th to 7th of June. Talk to us about that and what we expect. Let's start with Father.
I must say that we are prepared, and we want to welcome all the competitors and all the players within our country. Come, the space, the environment, it will be conducive. Will be conducive here, and then we are going to make you feel you're at home. Come, we are waiting for you, and we are prepared.
Come, we are waiting for you and we are prepared. That is Reverend Father Bernardo Atoro.
Yeah.
And what should someone expect? A chess player in Nairobi, or this is their first time in Nyeri, this will be my second. What should one expect from the event?
Okay, let me first, before I respond to your question, I want to make a comment that this is going to be our 5th edition. So in our very first edition, we had only 26 participants. In our second edition, we had 72. And then in 2024, I don't quite remember how many we had in the open section, but in 2025, we had 63 participants in the open section. So anyway, what I want to say is that we have consistently risen in terms of the numbers, in terms of the quality. So the point is, come expecting a very well organized tournament. Come expecting really good prize funds, a good environment. Come expecting high quality, well tested arbiters and guests. Last year, we even had some county government officials coming. They were really excited about the tournament. Come expecting serious competition. You know, now last year we set the foundation. So come expecting serious competition, and we really look forward to hosting a wonderful tournament that will continue to promote the relevance of chess in our society.
Now, I'd like to get your parting shots. This has been such a worthwhile conversation. And in your parting shots, I'll start with Father. Please talk to that potential sponsor out there, a potential organization, private sector, NGO sector, government sector, an individual, retail or a business entity who wishes to put their money into CSR activities. Why should they consider Quo Vadis Youth Hub or Quo Vadis Chess Club, or even just a single event for sponsorship?
I want to talk to our partners, to talk to donors, the NGOs. Please come, we partner. We are integrated, we are transparent, we are accountable, and we are open to reach to the lives of our dear people. in the countryside. And we are open as a church organization so that we can journey together. This is our mission. Our mission is to touch the lives of our people. Maybe by you coming in, maybe we are going to touch that one young person who will give a testimony that through your organization, I am who I am today. I won this tournament. I got this job. I studied this. I got a network. It's you. Please come. We are open. Thank you.
Wonderful. Sylvia, shifting to you, I'd like you to talk to that student from Dedan Kimathi or someone in high school or someone just within the vicinity of Nyeri who is very interested in chess but doesn't know where to start. Do share your contacts. What does someone gain from Quo Vadis, just aside from chess, Quo Vadis as a whole? And what future plans are you having for Quo Vadis Chess Club?
All right, so my parting shot is a quote. Every chess master was once a beginner. It's a very common one. So I want to urge those who are there. You're there, you have been stalling, you don't know where to begin in chess, like Father Watoro. So I would like to encourage you that even the masters that we see, like our FIDE master, Jadon Simiu, he started as a beginner. There's a time he didn't know anything about chess. And now here he is winning a lot of money and also winning cars. So just to encourage you, chess it may seem a bit complex at first, but it's a very simple game and it's very engaging. The return on investment, the time that you will invest, the effort that you will invest, it's going to pay off. It's very high. So you're going to get all those skills. You're going to become a good chess player. And beyond playing chess, of course, there are other opportunities. There's opportunities in arbitration. There's opportunities in organizing events. So I think this is something that we can be able to exploit. So I'm urging you, come every Friday afternoon from 2 p.m. to around 6 p.m. We usually have a physical chess games here at Quo Vadis, and we have a chess group as well. So if you're interested in asking more questions about the Quo Vadis Chess Club, the investors, the partners will be referred to Father Watoro, the budding players or coaches or arbiters will be referred to me. And in case you have any other inquiries on the Youth Hub or us as individuals, maybe you want confession from Father Watoro, feel free to use that contact that I have provided. Thank you, Eugene. And thank you for this opportunity to be able to shed more light on what we do here at Quo Vadis. It has really been quite an honor to us.
There you have it, folks. It takes a village to raise a child. And speaking of villages and raising children, chess is currently blossoming in Kenya. Last year, nationals held in Mangu High School, we had 7,000 players. This year, it's projected to hit even 9,000 players. This is worth your time, effort, and money as an individual, organization, or whichever capacity you come in to support the chess ecosystem. If you are in the Nyeri region or Mount Kenya ecosystem, we once again invite you to Quo Vadis Simultaneous Exhibition 2026. This is the poster. If you think you are very, very good at chess, you have mastered it, and you can give this individual a run for their money, you're very welcome to sign up for this simultaneous exhibition and look forward to the upcoming Quo Vadis Nyeri Open Grand Prix event, 5th to 7th of June at the confirmed dates. See you in Nyeri and see you on the next episode, whereby I'll be having a teacher who was a complete beginner in chess, learned chess because she was introducing her son, and this boy became an international sensation. She's also the current county association lead for a certain county in Kenya. Stick around to find out more. And she's also a lead school instructor. I'll tell you more about that. So stay tuned, be on the lookout for our next episode. From Chesscorp, I have been your host, Eugene Bahati. See you on the next one. Thank you.